Hello and welcome my fab fans to Glam's new video. So I'm going to continue this project. I'm getting out my silver wire. It's slightly thinner than the white wire, and I'm going to attach pearls along the edge. I'm going to see which size I need first, because I'm mainly doing it just so I can hide the wire. But I don't want to glue beads. I want to add more wire. I like using wire in my creations. I don't like using glue. I don't think this is the side I'm meant to start on. I think it is, because the other side isn't doing what it's supposed to. I just think the wire in this set is tangled a lot, more than the other sets have been. Because usually when I get this floral wire from the dollar store, and yes, I do use floral wire, it's thinner, it's strong, and it works. 10 out of 10 would recommend it. Just does the job, you know? It's a good kind of wire. And it is slightly more sturdy because it needs to be thin enough to bend around things like flowers, gentle enough and stuff. But then it also needs to be strong enough to withstand roots growing around it. You see me step away for a second? It's because I'm editing videos right now that I need to post tonight. I also need to film tonight, but I don't really want to. So there's just a lot going on that I need to get done that I just don't want to get done. So that's a mood. One, two, three, seven. Realizing something you bought is cheaper now than when you bought it is really annoying, but it's also, like, valid, because it happens. I think I want to use bigger beads. Like, sure, these beads look nice, but they're too small. But luckily, since they're my pearls, I have a bunch of different sizes. I think I have one even smaller than these, but also bigger than the tiniest size. I'm going to check. Haha, they are. They're the mid-size. I'm going to see if this one works, and see if I like it. Wooga wooga. Yeah, I like these. Yeah. I want to attach it, but I also know it's stuck. I'm gonna switch what's up here. so that I have access to the beads that I wanted. They all click together the same way. So I can switch them around easily and keep the bottom one lidded. So if I kick my floor one, it won't matter because it's on the floor and it's closed. Because the lid that clicks to all of them clicks to all of them. So it doesn't matter who's on top. Okay, so is it normal to get salty that something changed price, or is it just a valid concern? Like, really? Why'd you have to go down so much in price since I bought it? Like, because that just means you can't get as much for it as what you spent. Which is a little fucked, but I can't return it anymore, so it's not like I'm gonna get the same price value for it anyway. So I'll just take my losses and then just deal. Because I'd rather have money than have the item. Which is how it is usually. these beads is meant to hide the wire. These two look good. This one looks like shit. So I'm going to take it out. Then I'm going to look at this side, see what looks good. All of them look good. So I'm just going to attach wire to this one. These are cute. If something's worth $400 and a person's offering $250 to get it off your hands within a day, would you just take the $250? Or would you wait for a higher price? That might never happen. And Because I personally just accept the $250. Because I'm like, I just don't care about the item that much. Like, I know I technically need the money. Oops. Okay, someone offered to buy my bike, and they're heading over now, apparently. Nice. I mean, I have more than enough time. I mean, the only thing I'm doing right now is making a headband. And I can pause it whenever, so it doesn't really matter. And I'd rather have no bike, because I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather use my rollerblades than use my electric bike. I like my rollerblades. They're really fun. I will say I prefer them when they're the blades, not the skates. So I do need to change the wheels on both of them. But other than that, it is perfectly fine for me to get rid of the bike. Because I do not like using bikes. They're heavy, they're janky. I'd rather use my rollerblades. And if I got stranded anywhere at the end of the day, I'd rather just walk. Because my bike, if it dies on the bottom of a hill, I have to walk up that hill with the bike, not just myself. I'd rather walk up the hill by myself. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to use the speed. It's conjoint. I like it better when they're single. So if people want to buy my bike, I'm willing to sell it for the $200. I don't mind. Fully don't mind. Because $200 extra in my pocket means one step closer to me having my dream car, you know? I mean, am I still gonna try to sell a lot of other shit? Yeah. Do I want to sell jewelry? Hell yeah. I want help making a website, though. And they said about 15-20 minutes, so I'm gonna film for about 10 and then watch YouTube. So I'll have to pause this one multiple times. Also, you hear in my ringtone, imagine that in my headphones, in my ears, which is usually why I tell people to text me, because I'm wearing headphones, and it hurts to get called while wearing those. So now I'm not wearing them, because I'm expecting to get called again, and or have someone show up to talk to me about my bike, which fully set on selling. I'm not going to use it. It's been in the shed for over a few months, and I'd rather sell it than have it, because I'm not going to use it, and I'd rather someone have joy out of it, even if it's not me, because I'm not a selfish asshole, despite how my family loves to portray me. I hope you know, they called me while eating chicken, so. And they had to recall me because they immediately forgot what I said. And this is why I say that people should just text. It's because you can just reread things over and over again. But calls, you can't just repeat yourself too many times, because otherwise you'll have to call over and over again for the same info. Also, if you wonder why my hand looks beat up, we have a kitten now, and I'm so excited because my dad said for the longest time he was not going to have any more pets allowed in the house, and now he has a cat, and I'm happy. And it's a kitten. And they're like, are you really allowing it outside? It's a kitten. And I'm just like, well, I mean, we're outside with it. But also, the real answer is, I don't think my dad pays attention enough to notice. So, that's the real answer. I will say, these pearls give it a nice touch. A little janky, but you know what? At least you don't see the wire as badly. Because, like, this side looks a little undone. This side looks completed. I will say it is heavy as hell on my head, but I'm okay with that. Because, I mean, I literally made the Medusa helmet, and that shit also weighs a ton. Clearly, I don't care how heavy things are. Which means women. I can handle it. All that weight. Easily. The proof is in the content. I mean, my honesty is, I am making something, but it's not like I'm busy. Because technically, this isn't me being busy. This is just me filming a little bit, but I can pause it whenever. Because I do crafts, and me talking, I'm more likely to talk more for a video if I pause in between every few minutes. Because then I'll actually have more chance to have something to actually talk about. Because I do not have a lot going on in life. Oh, other than the fact that Memorial Day really messed up my schedule. Normally, it doesn't do anything. But since I babysit now, and my friend is a government worker, it fucks up her schedule. Just for existing. Because the only way for her to get the same hours is for them to move those hours to a different day. And I'm like, why can't they just move it all? But they need to get their projects done, because it's a government job. And they're very strict on their projects and time limits. Which is ironic, because they're already behind, and it's because they don't have a manager in their group. Which I find really funny. Like, you can't be courteous with time if you don't have a manager, you know? Like, why are you gonna be rude about time if there's not even a manager that you're willing to hire? Because apparently there's only a few ways to become a manager in a certain position. Okay, I'm gonna pause. I'll come back in a bit. Yo, so I just sold my bike, made $200. Now I don't have to deal with it anymore. It's out of my way, out of the shed, and it's not my problem anymore. I might have spent more on it, and I don't give a shit. It was just gonna stay there. And I don't really have the time to, like, try to get more from it. And everyone's in an economic crisis, so I feel like I'm just helping people out at this point if I sell it for cheaper. Which is what I think a lot more people should do, is just sell things for cheaper and hope it helps out the world a bit more. Instead of having everything be about how much I can get for it, be how many people can I help by giving away things I don't use or don't need? How much good can I do for the world? But most people, alas, don't care. Anyway, I wish more people would. Maybe then more people would actually have cars and not have to resort to electric bikes. Which, guess what? Most people try to almost hit because they don't look at who's on the sidewalks. Do you know how many kids I've seen almost get hit by cars? And how many have actually been hit by cars? When I went to the hospital after getting hit by a car myself, there was 10 other people who got hit by cars. And they were on bikes, on sidewalks, that should have been completely safe. But no, people do not do the double stop method like you're supposed to. If you are pulling out on a road or side street that connects to a sidewalk, you have to stop twice. But people don't remember this, apparently. and they forget the laws of the road, which is why I say more people need to go to driver's ed more often, because not all of driving is common sense, because guess what? Common sense is definitely not common, and the amount of people I've seen get hit by cars, almost hit by cars. I myself have almost been hit by a car while on a sidewalk, which is why I'm terrified of walking anywhere or riding a bike anywhere. And I'm so glad I have a car, but even then, I still manage to get hit when going in a straight line. Because people do not look both ways or stop twice. Because guess what? I cannot stop that quickly. Even if I'm fully paying attention, if there is a car in front of you, you have to stay stopped longer. Because guess what? Nobody's gonna see you. So it's making me feel a lot worse for this world. If you don't have a use for an item, why keep it for yourself? It's wasteful. But it's also why I build jewelry that I know can last multiple, years. Hopefully generations. It's because I want things to be timeless. I want them to last years. I want them to be reusable and be able to be passed down or given away through multiple generations. I want my jewelry to turn into antiques. I make my jewelry to a sturdiest point to where I can have it become an antique. I want stuff to last long. I just want people to be better to each other and create less waste in the world. I just also want things to be safer. But as much as I can hope and pray for good things to happen, usually I only see them happening to me and not to the average person. One of my hands is just hurting for no reason. I will say, I finally got my dishes done, so that's been a while, and I finally showered. It's been a week or two. My mental illness doesn't allow me to shower as often as a normal person, especially if I work too much, because then I just don't have the energy to even eat, and I'd rather have food in my body than a clean head of hair. And I don't really sweat very much, which is why I overheat very easily. My physical issues triumph over anything else. I will say, when I finally buy a new car, it is going to have a better stereo, better speakers, and I plan to add cameras because fuck people and their livelihoods, and I hope they suffer the consequences of messing with my things. Because getting hit by an old lady and then her running away from me has been enough to stay. I hate people. And I am done. Also, my dad thinking I'm a liar when I've never lied to him once is baffling. Sir, when have I ever lied to you? When have I ever had a reason to lie? I have done nothing wrong. And him being like, stop rubbing it in my face that you're my golden child. Is hilarious. Like, yes, I am a good child. I know. I know I'm a good person. The funny thing is, when people do actually send me money, my only thought is, yay, I can buy Legos! Also, my dad had the gall to spend the money that was meant for repairing the car on himself when he first got the car. I was like, can I put it in my name and under my own insurance? And he said no. I want it under my name. Insurance will be cheaper that way for you, and you need to save money anyway. Because he's been trying to kick me out for a while. Still has not, because I'm still a good kid, and I don't break rules. My friend has a Fire Stick, and she's like, yeah, I can just like hack them so that they have every show unlocked. And I'm like, that's cool. Because I don't know how to respond to that. Because it is cool that she can hack it, but it's also like, you probably shouldn't be doing that. But I don't put it against you. The person who bought my bike, she doesn't even have like her truck because it's just not been working, and her license got suspended. So all the things that can go wrong in her life went south. And it wasn't even for her doing anything wrong. It was literally just a seatbelt accidentally, which happens sometimes. But that to be something on top of probably other things. There is a seatbelt in my car that was cut. I'm just gonna pretend like it's not, because at the end of the day, I don't use that seat. And as long as I have 3, we're good. I will say I do probably need to... Oh. My internet just went glitched. That's not fun. Also, I recorded a video and my recording thing glitched out and made it so I couldn't use the video. And so I was just, figuring out a way I can somehow get my footage back. And I ended up just posting raw footage on YouTube, privately for myself to download from my phone so that I could edit it. And technically I can't even download and post all of the content from that, but I got the bulk of it. So you don't even get to see the full drawing process, and there's some that technically is not going to be posted at all because it glitched out and decided not to work properly, which is fine. It happens. I can't do anything about it. Me knowing as long as I make it past at least one of these pieces, it won't matter if I make it all the way, because I still have to do the ears. Also, don't mind the fact that I have scratch marks and bite marks all over my hands. I was playing with a cat, and since my dad got a new kitten, I have the full entire happiness of a person who finally can have a kitten. So, will I tickle his belly when he wants to play? Oh, yes, I will. And I will enjoy every minute of it. Even if my hand will be covered in bite marks and scratches. Anyway, peace, love, have a good night, my Fabians. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.